out any growth. Okay? But it's nice, in a traditional IRA, you can't take out those contributions before the age of 59 and a half. Contributions in a Roth are allowed after the age of 70 and a half. In a traditional IRA, once you reach 70 and a half, you can't contribute to that account any longer. In a Roth, you can. And though there are no required minimum distributions in a Roth. Once you reach 70 and a half, you don't have to start taking out money, ever, if you don't want to. The limits on a Roth IRA for contribution purposes, this is a modified adjusted gross income number, and that gets a little tricky. You know, if you want to contribute to a Roth, you probably need to talk to your CPA and make sure that you fall within these contribution limits in this adjusted income limit. If you're single and your modified adjusted gross income is less than $105,000, you can make the full contribution, which for you guys will be $5,000. If you're over the age of 50, it'll be $6,000. Okay. If your income was $105,000 to $120,000, you can make a partial contribution. That's where you need to be careful and probably talk to a CPA if you're making that amount of money. Anything over $120,000, you can't contribute to a Roth. Okay. So there are limitations. The married and joint filers, the limitation is a little bit higher, but you can't contribute if you go above those income limits. So this is a table showing, again, some of the differences between a traditional and a Roth. Traditional IRA, you do have tax-deductible contributions. You can deduct your contributions off your taxes each year, and your earnings grow tax-deferred. You don't pay taxes until you take it out. Okay? A Roth allows for tax-free growth of earnings, okay, and tax-free withdrawals. So you don't pay taxes on any of the growth that you have in that account. Okay? Your eligibility in both depends on your income levels. We just talked about those income levels. In a Roth, you can continue to contribute to that account after the age of 70 and a half. In a traditional IRA, you cannot. Minimal withdrawals are required by the age of 70 and a half in a traditional IRA. And in a Roth, your contributions, you can take those out at any time. Just the contributions part, not the growth part. Okay? So what if you have a retirement account at a previous employer? What do? Well, let's say you've changed jobs, or maybe you've retired. And you work for 3 different companies, and you've got 401k accounts at each of those companies. What do you do with that money? You basically have 4 choices. First choice, whenever you leave a job and you've got a retirement account there, you can take the cash out. You can take a cash distribution. Okay? It's not a very wise thing to do. If you're under the age of 59 and a half, you'll pay a 10% penalty if you do that. And generally, your employer is always going to withhold 20% for taxes. So you really get hit hard if you take a cash out. If you have to do it, you have to do it, but it's usually not a very smart decision. Or you could transfer your money to a new employer's plan. We'll talk a little bit about that in the next couple of slides. The easiest thing to do is leave your money where it is. You don't have to do anything. You can leave your money where it is, invest it as it is, and you can not look at the statements for the next couple of years. It's up to you. Or you could roll your money into an IRA, and that's probably the best decision for you. Okay, let's talk about leaving your money where it is. It's the path of least resistance. You don't have to do anything. Leave it where it is. You don't have to do anything. There are no penalties. If you leave your previous employer, your money's sitting in a 401k, you're not penalized for that. You don't pay any taxes. It sits there, either grows or it goes down. Okay, so there's not much you have to do. Disadvantages, some companies, if you do not have a minimum amount in your account, they'll require you to take it out and move it someplace else. Okay. The main disadvantage is leaving your retirement account where it is you're limited to the investments that plan offers. Maybe it offers 20 different mutual funds. That's it. You have to make choices and diversify your money in those specific mutual funds. Those are the only choices you have, okay? So you're kind of trapped by whatever the plan offers, okay? That's not a real advantage. And you may have limited access and control of your money also. You could transfer your money to a new employer's plan. The advantages, well, again, that would be a non-taxable transfer. If you worked at Company A and you're working for Company B now and you decided to move your money from Company A's retirement plan to Company B's retirement plan, you can. It's not a taxable event. You're not going to pay the penalty on it. You can do that, okay? And it might be nice to consolidate if you work for 3 different companies to put all your retirement money in one account where you're currently working. Disadvantages, sometimes retirement accounts that your employer may not allow that. You may have to wait a certain amount of time when you go to work for a new employer before you can start contributing to that retirement plan. Sometimes the restrictions 3, 6 months, 9 months, or a year. If those are restrictions, you can't move money into that plan either. Okay? But again, I think the main disadvantage is you're limited to the investment choices that that particular plan offers. Okay? Whatever they may be. Maybe there are 40 or 50 mutual funds. That limited amount of choices, that's all you have. Okay? All right. Probably the most popular thing to do that people take advantage of is if you have your money at a previous employer is rolling that out to an IRA. Okay? What are the benefits? Well, again, it's a non-taxable transaction. You can take money from a former 401k and put it into a new IRA. Okay? It's a non-taxable event. You're not going to be penalized for doing that. You can have access to your money quicker this way in a traditional IRA. The main advantage, I think, is your investment selection. So now, if you have an IRA, you can invest in whatever you want to. There are certain guidelines, but there are over 9,000 mutual funds in the market. You can choose whichever one you like. You can buy any stock on any exchange. You can buy individual bonds. Anything that you want to do, you can do inside a traditional IRA, with a few exceptions. Okay? You can put your money in an annuity, fixed annuity, variable annuities, real estate trust. You have a lot of options. So I think that's a real nice advantage. Okay? And that's a lot of what we do at the credit union. We roll money over from our members' former employers. You know, they may have had $100,000 a year ago. They've got $55,000 now. You know, not particularly because they were in bad investments. That's just the market. We're in tough economic times. If your money's been in the market, you've lost money. Okay, but there are safe investments. You know, we have IRA CDs. If you didn't want to take any risk right now, well, you could move into an IRA CD. It's not paying that much, but you're not going to lose money. We have IRA savings accounts. We have a lot of different options for people that, you know what, they've lost too much money, they don't want to take any more risk. Let's be safe with our money. Okay? Or maybe, you know, for our younger members, they think right now is a great time to be investing. They can buy stocks cheap, they can buy mutual funds cheap, okay? And they don't like the choices that they had in their former employer's 401k. We roll it over, we do this every day, roll money over and you know, give them a lot of different choices. Okay? So that's one of the main things that we do here at the credit union. Okay? And again, also it will allow you, if you had 4 different accounts with 4 different employers, pull all that money and you can put it in one IRA account. Okay? Again, an IRA, as we talked about, take money out. You need to be 59.5 or you're going to pay a penalty. And whenever you take it out, you're going to pay taxes on that.